Assalamu alaikum and hello everyone. I'm Yasmin, editor features for ETHRWorld EMEA and ET Education at the Economic Times, and it is my pleasure to welcome you all. Through this series, we will spotlight leading CHROs from top organizations across the Middle East region. These interviews will delve into how forward-thinking HR leaders are pioneering futuristic strategies to build a resilient, agile, and future-ready workforce. Each interview will explore how these CHROs are transforming talent management and aligning their workforce with the ever-evolving world of work. We will host around 10 in-depth interviews with key CHROs and CPOs, each providing valuable insights into innovative HR practices, cutting-edge technology, and the future of talent. We will not only address current trends, but also share unique, actionable strategies to help organizations thrive in the age of automation, AI, and digital transformation. And our theme for this particular interview is future-proofing the workforce. And to further dive into these insights today, I have the pleasure of hosting Ali Al-Mansoori, Group Chief People Officer, 𝐸&, along with Mrigank Tripathi, President Growth for PeopleStrong. Ali and Mrigank, it is such a pleasure to have you for this episode. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And before we start the conversation, I would like to briefly introduce our leaders for this episode. I'll begin with Ali. He's the Group Chief People Officer of 𝐸&, and joined in 2022 after almost 25 years in senior roles spanning the government, telecommunications, and aviation sectors. He has a proven track record of driving business growth, fostering employee engagement, and exceeding amortization targets. Ali has led transformative projects in the telecommunications sector, including the establishment of the UAE's first Emirati-staffed contact center. His expertise spans talent acquisition, people strategy, employee relations, performance management, and learning and development. Under Ali's leadership, 𝐸&, has been recognized as a leading employer in the region, winning multiple awards for its Emiratization efforts and talent development initiatives. Moving on to Mrigank. Mrigank is a strategy consultant turned digital entrepreneur turned growth leader. He's a core member of the HCM business, leading growth and expansion globally for PeopleStrong. An MBA from INSEAD, Mrigank is a builder at heart. A serial entrepreneur, he has channeled his energies towards building companies, the latest being acquired and part of the PeopleStrong product suite. So once again, a big thank you to both our leaders here. And let's start. I'm looking forward to some great conversation and getting some really good insights from both our leaders. So let's start with something interesting, Ali. I'm going to ask you a few rapid-fire questions and would love to hear your answers in one short sentence. So let's start. Okay. So what's the one thing you want to achieve as a CHRO in 2025?
This is very interesting. Let's say building a future-ready workforce, diverse workforce that fosters innovation and support 𝐸&'s journey and transformation to be a technological organization.
Lovely. That's great. Thank you. What gives you sleepless nights as a CPO?
Okay, everybody asks me about this. So I think ensuring our workforce remains agile, engaged, and skilled to thrive in a rapidly evolving digital landscape.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. I think we are all turning towards how do we future-proof. That's the theme, and that's what your major concerns also look like. So what is the first word that comes to your mind when you think of future workforce?
Resilience.
Resilience. Okay, lovely. And one emerging skill set you believe every telecom professional will need by 2030?
Of course, it's AI and data fluency.
Yeah, lovely. Thank you. I think that sets the tone. We do understand that as a CPO, one of your biggest challenges today is having your workforce ready for the future with the right skill sets, with the right technology, and having them prepared with the right kind of attitude and aptitude, both what that's required. So now I want to begin by asking you about your vision for talent management, Ali, especially at 𝐸&, and how has it been evolving over the past couple of years amidst rising challenges like talent shortage and business and regulatory challenges?
Look, like you said, I joined 𝐸&, almost 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
At 𝐸&, our vision is for talent, and specific talent management is deeply rooted in creating a future-ready workforce that thrives in today's dynamic digital landscape, and that helps our transformation to become one of the top technological organization globally, not domestically. Our talent management play a very crucial role to ensure to build on three main pillars, which is attract, nurture, and grow, and of course to retain our top talents as well. Now, how do we do that? And that is the main question that everybody asks. How does EAN do that? If we are transforming, if we are changing, and we are going through so many changes. One, it give the employee a strong culture where they have the space to unite as one, dare to be bold, which is challenging the status quo, and to be customer obsessed, because we're here to serve customers, right? In order for us to thrive. Second is we're also integrating AI, automation, and data-driven strategies into our talent management approaches, just to make it seamless, just to make it approachable to everything we do, and to serve our stakeholders, whether internally or externally, in a much better way. Third is we intend to continue to push boundaries and challenge the status quo. Well, and I keep saying this, whatever got us here today will never get us there tomorrow unless we change and do things differently. We celebrate success and milestones every step of the way. We are diverse in every way you can think of, whether it's hiring part, whether it's development part, whether it's a location part, operating model part. We're diverse in everything. And it makes us proud, to be frank, because it brings us different mindset. We continue to go for more, which is our new brand positioning, go for more. That brand position is empowering our workforce across the entire board to do things differently. There are more to be done. Every single employee has an energy and creative, and we're trying to unleash that energy to add it to the success of the organization.
Great. Thanks for sharing that. I think that sets the tone of how, and I think it explains why EAN is known as such an employer of choice across the region today, with the strong culture that you have, the kind of talent you're building, attracting, nurturing, growing, and as you said, you're encouraging them to do things differently, helping them grow better. I think that's exactly is what is required from a forward-looking and forward-thinking organization than EAN. Mrigank, I'd like to now hear from you today, and I think Ali set the tone very nicely about talking about how they're looking at talent management overall. But many organizations still approach hiring, development, retention in silos. So how does an integrated talent management system like PeopleStrong break down these silos? And what tangible business outcomes have you seen organizations achieve through this approach?
Well, thank you, Yasmin, firstly, for having me, and Ali for those great words. I love the whole brand refurbishing that you all have done, and truly the new ad that's come out, it's truly phenomenal. I think it really talks about the new rhythm that's coming. And I think, frankly, when you look at the whole talent piece, it has to be in continuum. Earlier, companies used to be, there's a recruitment manager, there's a performance manager, there's a learning manager, there's an X manager, there's Y manager. But what that left was that the talent was in the lurch. They had to move from learning to this, and there's completely disjointed activities. What we believe is that unless and until all of them are not stitched together and brought together with, let's say, a glue, which is really around skills, you will not be able to give a holistic picture either to the employee or look at it from your company's vision and be able to figure out who's the best for what type of a job. And that's really what we do. Bring together all of these elements, right from recruitment to learning to performance to career and succession planning to organization development to compensation, all of them in one suite so that there's a continuum. And we also make it transparent for the employee. And really the biggest impact that we've seen is democratization of talent. And I want to explain that for a minute. Talent overall is looked at as saying, this person is good, that person is good, let's do a performance review and stuff. I'll take an example. There's a client of ours, they were looking for a branch manager and they were not able to actually, find the person. As is usual, one person said, look at this person. The other person said, look at this person. And they had a specific criteria. They wanted X number of skills. They wanted to do something else. And then the HR guy said, That's great, but why don't we look at what the system has to say? And this system actually brought out somebody or a bunch of people who were not there at all in the spectrum, and somebody was like literally 3,000 kilometers away. You have talent already inside your organization, and that needs to be dug out and brought to the fore. Unless and until you have a holistic picture of your talent, it'll be very difficult to do that, right? And that's really what our system allows a lot of companies to do. And we've seen a lot of impact happen. The biggest one is a dip in attrition. Attrition happens primarily, at least from what we've seen, because of one reason. The biggest question, why are you leaving, is I don't see what is my growth over here. Or that the manager doesn't know what is my growth over here. But if you can make it transparent, saying, look, these are your skills. If you want to move to the next level, here are the things that you need to get to, and here is the path to get to it. And by the way, here are some buddies in your own organization who can actually help you get there. You've just built around those hooks to make sure that the person stays in your organization. And that's a big issue, right? Just retaining talent. How do you make sure that your talent that is good for you stays there? So both of these impacts we've seen, and it's been very, very well received in the region as well as across the globe. And I think the way forward is, how do we now sort of bring in a lot more conversational AI into this to be able to sort of make it even more ready and make it much more relevant for people to be working on.
Yeah, I think that's a great example that you shared, Mrigank. When you have a common platform or technologies enabling you to see through the various organizational departments or functions that you have and bring everything and unify actually everything together, that gives you a much broader perspective and a deeper perspective into what your talent management looks like. And that's where democratization of talent, as you rightly said, is going to play a very critical role. So I think that's a good way to look at how organizations can plan ahead when they're missing out on getting the right talent on board or managing talent overall. So thank you for sharing that. Ali, I'd like to come back to you, and we've just heard from you about the overall brand positioning of 𝐸and, and we've seen that the telecom industry is increasingly becoming the backbone of smart cities, IoT, and AI-driven services. So how does 𝐸and ensure that your workforce is not just prepared, but also leading this wave of innovation? And if you could share some examples of upskilling or reskilling that have really worked and helped you made a tangible impact, that would be great.
This is a very important question or statement, and I'd love to share a couple of examples. But before I share, workforce preparation is priority for us. And I mean it, because we focus on building a future-ready workforce at 𝐸and that nurtured with digital mindset and a skill set needed to lead today's world, for example, and especially the transformation we're going through. We needed the right skill set that has the right digital mindset. Now, all we know, change is the only constant. And at 𝐸and, we drive the changes. Examples, what have we implemented since this transformation has begun since 2021? We've launched an AI graduate program whereby we go across the entire institute, domestically and internationally. We hire the top high flyer student to join. If I would give a figure, we almost hired above 250 full-time AI graduate program that supports across the entire vertical within 𝐸and. We've launched the Gold program. The Gold program is all about enabling our workforce to master their role and prepare them for the next role that will be coming. Certified our store manager program, because those are the frontliners, and we needed to ensure they are certified to manage their role completely differently and serve our customers in the most appropriate manner that we look, and to ensure that we have a customer experience journey for them as well. License to Lead is the other program that we have managed to launch by bringing a subject matter expert internally to drive certain mandate that supports our transformation as well. And I spoke earlier about the diversity that we have, and we have launched something called 𝐸and Leaders, whereby we are developing and we are customizing a program only for our female colleagues across the entire board to support ensuring that we have a future leader female that can take the torch to the next level. And of course, being a technology organization, that we are partnering with a very reputable entities globally, like Ericsson, for example. We had accelerate this program, and we've sent some of our staff to Ericsson to ensure they are upskilled with the digital requirement that we need. Bidayati program is another program that we have launched, and that is something that we are supporting our female colleagues, our employees to go and enroll through a different programs that evolves around their leadership, how to think strategically, and how to ensure they are equipped with different roles or skills to ensure that they are mastering their role. And when it comes to the corporate social responsibility, we were leading at the forefront with NAFIS program. We started hiring a very talented, competent UAE national who are serving today in different areas like retail, contact center, administrative, and some of them are even in technology, around 100 plus. They are technicians and even senior technicians. And last but not least, of course, we're building this partnership with a lot of universities and educational, and we're signing MOUs with them by acquiring them and giving the opportunity for our students to experience not a 2-month internship only, but above 4 months, which becomes a great experience for them, of course. And those people are given the opportunity, even once they graduate, to come and be part of the 𝐸 family as well. So with all these programs that we are launching, and we are continuously developing these programs as we move forward, this becomes an icon for the market as well, that where does 𝐸 stand? And I'm not talking about domestically here, because our footprint is in 32 countries, right? And it's quite wide. So we send our people for secondment in other countries, and they come up with an international experience and so on and so on. So you put this package, that's what enables us to become a backbone for the smart cities as well today.
Lovely. Thank you. I think such great examples, I must say, Ali, for sharing that. I think our viewers will really take a lot of faith with the kind of initiatives you've put in place to prepare not just young talent, but also upskill and reskill your existing talent. Overall, creating a workforce that's really, really future ready, ready to innovate, ready to jump on the next wave of change also. As you said, change will keep happening, but you have these initiatives to, and opportunities for your people to grow. I think that'll go a long, long way. So thanks for sharing. Really, really examples. Mrigank, we had some very, very good examples of how skilling and upskilling is such a key priority at 𝐸. We've seen that traditional job roles are fading and new ones are coming across. What shift do you see in how organizations approach talent? And are you seeing them move towards a more skills-first strategy as opposed to a job role or experience, based kind of criterion? And how does technology enable organizations to map, track, and develop skills effectively?
So yes, we are seeing a bit of a shift. However, I think it really depends from company to company. The type of jobs also define whether you focus more on job roles or whether you focus more on skills. If it's a very attritional type of a job, I mean, there's really no point in really focusing too much on, developing skills and so on and so forth. You need to have a job done, and you know that the person will try it, so we will just sort of go down that path. So from that perspective, it really just does depend on companies. But yes, today skills is a conversation that we have almost every single time that we go in front of CHRO, and they want to understand what can we do to be able to help them and stuff. With AI coming into the play, it's become even more frantic, the discussion, and companies are now talking to us about multiple things. Can you update us? What should we be doing? The one thing that I've realized is that I think consulting companies are finding it a bit tough in the age of AI to be able to get a full skill mapping done for the whole organization and stuff, because the organization is now saying there's really no point in us paying you these absolutely ridiculous amounts of money, given the fact that if I were to put in a little amount of work, I will be able to understand what are the skills. And anyways, I will have to come back to you again and again. So updation of skills is important. Skills themselves are becoming more important in specific type of jobs. Especially in companies where there is a lot of customer involvement and there are multiple growth paths that a specific person can actually have, skills become important. But if there's only a linear growth path, then you know that this is the only thing that this person is supposed to do. Then You just need to make sure that they're good at that job, manage their performance, and keep them moving forward. Of course, training is always important. So yeah, that's the way that we're looking at it. Technology, of course, has to be a backbone, right? Without technology, you can't possibly go out there and say, look, I've got my entire company mapped out. If you have 10,000 people and you need to give skills to everybody, you can't map it out in Excel. You can't also know it at the back of your head. So you need to have a system where people can go and recognize that this is exactly what's happening. This is a skill that's weak. In what department of my organization are X number of skills to be found, or Y skills weak, and then sort of let everything else sort of flow from there. So technology is coming to the fore. I think companies themselves are waking up to the possibility and requirement that skills present in today's day. Are they 100% adopted? No, but there's definitely a huge move towards adopting it and becoming more skill-focused organization.
Yeah, I think that's again, I think, as you said, that it does depend on the business, but majorly we are seeing a shift towards more skill-based hiring today.
Yeah.
And thankfully, technology is enabling that. And it's the foundation on which you can, build the right skills, the whole competencies and skills that are required, analyze them, deep dive, and also look at what skills are already available, what you need to hire for, what you need to build for. So that kind of, and doing it at scale, I think technology is very, very critical for that. So thanks for sharing that. Coming to you again, Ali, I think we've been hearing a lot about how EAND is positioning itself as a very, very good employer brand, an employer of choice. And you were also recently named as the top global telecom employer brand by Brand Finance. So building an employer brand is one of the key elements in future-proofing the organization, right? So what does it take to be an employer of choice according to you? How have you gone with your approach when it comes to EAND?
Look, it's not easy, especially for an organization that's going through a major transformation. However, this award only confirms that the culture we built is people-focused, giving our people what they need in terms of trust, flexibility, collaboration, agility, tools to master their roles, and room to be creative and innovative in everything they do. And the ability to do things differently is the way forward. Now, this recognition as an employer of choice highlight the dedication and passion of our people are our most valuable asset. And I keep saying this in different events, different town halls, different ceremonies, that people are the main fuel for any organization's success. If you empower them, they will create the culture that you need. And I think that helped us to achieve this brand award globally.
Also, Ali, then how you spoke about how people are at the core of helping you create that brand. So, of course, you must be focusing a lot on employee experience, and it's very, very vital in building a future-proof workforce. How have you built rewarding experiences for your employees? If you can give us some examples around some initiatives that you've created specifically in order to create a good employee experience, that would be great.
Look, let me summarize it in for you in a couple of points, though.
Sure.
One is we prioritize the well-being of our employees. It's a must by fostering an environment where they feel heard and supported. And especially with the recent launch of our values as well, and they have seen this. The second is our flexible working model allows employees to work 3 days on site and 2 days remotely each week, enabling them to maintain a healthy work-life balance, stay productive, and avoid burnout. And I must not forget also the equipping our employees with the skills of tomorrow through our various upskilling programs, because we're living in a technology space where everything that happens on a daily basis. So we need to be ready, right? And last but not least is, with all this hard work, with all the initiative, with all the transformation, we also celebrate success and growth, which matters a lot to our employees as well. And that is where the employee experience comes into a place when we tackle all of these.
So I think that's what I say. The core of it all is, how do you treat your people? Are you empowering them? Are you taking care of them?
Correct.
If you take care of, Yeah, they will take care of your business, and that actually, as you said, they're the fuel to your success, and they do that part very well after that. Yeah, great. Thanks for sharing that. Mrigank, coming to you, we are talking a lot about future proofing, right? But how can you analyze and predict if an organization is on the right path with respect to future proofing? Do you have any insights into, because you've been working with multiple organizations, what's the best way to find that out?
There's no easy answer to this one, right? Every organization has a different approach towards future-proofing their own employees, because every business has a different context in which they're operating. They have a different type of an organization structure, a different ethos, a different culture. But the one thing that that is a short signal for future success is how committed is the top leadership towards making sure that their employees become the best that they can be. If you're actually providing that at the top level, then they'll figure out ways. I mean, and they'll make it very contextual to that organization and move forward over there. A lot of companies become very transactional. A lot of companies say, no, I just want to focus only on the performance side of things. Why is the performance not happening? Why is X not happening? Why is Y not happening? But they don't look at and like Ali rightly mentioned, what's the well-being of my employees? If my employees are happy, if my employees are committed, if my employees are getting the flexibility to be able to do something, they will go and deliver to the best of their abilities. There are organizations now which are moving away from even attendance. They're saying we want unlimited leaves. And what they've seen is that the organizations with unlimited leaves have got lesser leaves happening than the ones where leaves have to be consumed. So I think if we approach our talent pool with a sense of inclusiveness as well as of trust, they will repose that trust back into us. But if we approach it from a perspective saying, no, we're not sure what you're going to do, and we think you're going to do X, Y, and Z, then they'll most probably go around and say double of that. So if we see the management and how they really look at organization, that's what sort of tells me that this company is going to be, I'll buy their stock. Let's just put it that way, right? But versus somebody who's actually going to say, no, I need to figure out what's my attendance, why is this person not here and stuff. That's too minute a thing. As long as you focus more towards outcomes and you're skilling and upgrading your talent base to be able to do more on that, you'll be fine.
I think that's a great example. I think, as you said, focus on the outcomes and not on these nitty-gritties of who's coming to office, who's working from where, how many hours they're putting in. I think it's important to look at the overall productivity levels of employees, take care of their well-being, and then see how are you upskilling them to meet the demands of the future. And that's how you become future-proof. Also, Mrigank, and a follow-up to that would be, we're talking about organizations becoming future-proof. How can humans future-proof themselves against AI and its capabilities?
Yasmin, I think the question is wrong. Again, it's a question about saying, do humans want to fight AI? You cannot.
No, definitely.
What you need to think about AI is how can you use AI as a force multiplier to yourself? Forget about it sort of outsmarting you and getting you out of the job. Whatever job you're doing, it can be a force multiplier. Just day before yesterday, I was talking to an entrepreneur, and he said, look, I've got my team. They're still the same, but now we are using AI to be able to deliver outcomes at 10 times the pace that we used to earlier. So my customers are happier. I'm making more money. I'm saving cost, and I'm getting that money faster. The person could have very easily said, no, I want to reduce my number of employees and I want to replace them with AI, because that's what's happening, right? AI is being used by the same people. But he said, no, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to use AI as a force multiplier to be able to use what I have, put AI on top of that, and then go 10x faster, 10x more. That is the approach that I think we as humans and as employees and as managers and as CXOs need to take for our overall organization. How do you use AI as a force multiplier? Don't think of it as a destroyer. It is a force multiplier if it is used today. I think when AI came and everyone said, oh no, it's going to take away my job, it hasn't taken away anything till now. It has only made people more effective, experiences better, and your outcomes faster. So please utilize it like that. The mindset needs to move away from saying, how do you future-proof yourself, to saying, how do you make a better future for yourself using AI?
That's a nice one. Thank you, Mrigank.
And that's really what you need to do.
Yeah, I love this statement. Rather than saying that you need to future-proof yourself, how do you prepare for the future with your AI as your core tool? I think that's very interesting. Ali, before I come to the final concluding question for you, I'd also like to hear your views on AI. And what do you think? Is it replacing? Will it be replacing jobs soon? Is it there to empower people? What are your thoughts on AI today?
So this question's I've been asked in a different forum. Let me tell you this and say this proudly. AI will create thousands of roles and opportunities.
Absolutely.
AI will create opportunities like there's no tomorrow. Now, the question is, where will these opportunities be? In which vertical, in which space, in which sectors? My answer again, across the entire sector. I'll tell you an example. Recently, we've been going through a mass recruitment on hiring AI graduate. By the definition of AI graduate, these people are majored in computer science, data science, and so on and so forth. Believe it or not, my finance department, they don't want to hire any more finance graduate. They want to hire somebody with major on computer engineering, telecom engineering. Why though? Because finance knows if I don't have somebody on my platform understand how technology works today, I will not be able to serve them better.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
So to answer your question, AI is going to create tons of job opportunities across the
Yeah.
entire space. And I'm sure of it. I see it and it's happening, by the way.
Yeah. That's interesting. That's a very positive outcome to the fear that people are feeling when it comes to AI, I
Yeah,
think.
but let's not hide the fact. Yes, there will be certain activities will be automated, but that does not mean we're limiting the job. Remember what I said at the beginning, whatever got us here today will never be able to take us there unless we change, right? And that is the change. But you will need people to create that automation. So you
Yeah.
will need to hire somebody to create that automation, right? You cannot just ask the computer, I want to automate this. You need somebody who's managing this process to do it differently and make it a seamless process for the stakeholders, for the shareholders, for the customer, and so on and so forth. AI, it's a door of opportunity for every talent. I can tell you that.
I agree. Great. I also totally believe that artificial intelligence will never be able to replace human intelligence. It'll only make it better, I think.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. And the final concluding question for you, Ali, would be if you could start, stop, or continue one key practice to future-proof your workforce at E&, what would it be? What would those be and why?
Look, allow me to start from the end. What will I continue since we started this journey since 2021? I would continue leveraging AI, power tool, and technologies to enhance operational efficiency. And of course, we're nurturing a culture of continuous learning and adaptability to stay ahead in the digital landscape. I think this is critical for me. It's a must, and that is what my leaders today require. So I will continue this. And in fact, I will take it to the next level as well.
Yes.
What would I start though, which is something I am planning to do? I want to start prioritizing cross-functional collaboration. How will my consumer and business collaborate today? To integrate a diverse skill set and perspective, enabling innovative problem solving across the organization. Now, this approach will accelerate knowledge, and knowledge is power. Sharing drives cohesive decision making across the entire organization. To stop, yeah, I think I want to stop relying on a traditional career development model because it's not going to work anymore, and focus instead on a dynamic, personalized growth pathways tailored to individuals' strength and future industry needs. Those are the things that I would focus on. starting, and in fact, we have already started with my team, and we are going to roll it out effective from January moving forward.
Great. I think those are some great initiatives, I must say, especially continuing the use of AI in empowering your workforce better and preparing themselves. Also, not focusing on a very linear path of growth for your career, for journeys, for employee journeys. I think those are going to be critical in the future of work. So on that note, that was all the time Ali and Mrigank I had for this episode. But thank you so much for sharing such valuable insights with us today. I think, very rightly said by Ali that people are the fuel to success of any organization. If we empower them with the right tools, the right skills, the right kind of well-being, we take care of them, they will ensure that they take care of the success of your organization. And as Mrigank very rightly said, it's about democratization of talent today. Where all can you find talent? Integrate your functions under one talent management system, and then you find talent and build talent based on the skills that are required in the organization. So at the end of the day, it's all about taking care of your employees. And as Ali had said in the beginning itself, what got you here will not get you there. So you have to keep evolving yourself with the changes that are happening across. But yes, be inclusive, trust your people, celebrate their success, focus on their outskill, and hence use AI at the end as a force multiplier, and don't be scared of it, and it is not a destroyer. So on that note, once again, Mrigank, Ali, it was a pleasure talking to the both of you. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And to all our viewers here, a big thank you for watching us and tuning into this episode. We'll be coming back with more such exciting episodes on this video series, which is called Through the People Lens, Reimagining Workforce and Talent. And stay tuned for more such episodes. Until then, take care of yourselves and bye-bye. Thank you.